We are going to look at data and also learning how to find the mean, median, and mode with today's lesson. So first vocab word here is cluster. Cluster of data is a group of data points that crowd near each other. So if they're clustered together. Skewed left is when most of the data points are clustered near higher values. So I put a visual example here for you. See, it goes like this. This is considered the tail at the low end. And when the tail is at the left side, it's considered to be skewed to the left. Then skewed right, it's like this. The tail is the lower side. And when the whatever side the tail is on is how it's skewed. So this one is skewed to the right, and all of the values are near the lower numbers. Symmetrical means that it has the same shape on both sides of the middle point. So if we folded this in half, it would be the exact same on both sides. So therefore it is symmetrical. A peak forms when many data points are at one value. So here the peak is at 3. Most of those numbers are at 3. And an outlier is a data point far away from other data points. It doesn't quite fit in with the rest of the data points. So I put this example here, this line plot. Most of the numbers are down here, but then we have this 110 way off to the side. That 10 doesn't fit in with the rest of them, so it is considered an outlier. That outlier could be a higher number or it could be a much lower number. Mean is the average, and we find the mean by adding up all of the numbers in the set and then dividing by how many are actually in the set. So for this example, we have to add these numbers together. 4 plus 7 plus 2 plus 8 plus 3. Okay. So I see 8 and 2 make 10. 7 and 3 make another 10. And then I have a 4. So if I add that together, I get 24. Then I have to divide that by how many are in the list. There's 5 numbers in the list. So 5 goes into 24 4 times. Subtract, add a decimal and a 0. Decimal goes up, 0 goes down. 5 goes into 48 times exactly. So our mean here is 4.8. Median is the middle number. We need to put the list of numbers in order from smallest to largest first before you do this. You can't just figure out what the middle number in that list is and call it good. So find the median of this data set. So I'm going to reorder them. 3 and 5, and then 6, 8, and 9. So I'm going to cross off 1 from the front, 1 from the back, 1 from the front, 1 from the back, 1 from the front, 1 from the back. And I'm left with 5 in the middle, so 5 is our median. I have one more example here for median when we have an even number of numbers in our list. So we go ahead and put them in order. And cross off 1 from the front, 1 from the back, 1 from the front, 1 from the back. But now I'm left with 2. So our median is actually right here in the middle between 4 and 7. So we find the average of 4 and 7 by adding it together and then dividing it by 2. So half of 11 would be, 5.5. So the middle number here is 5.5. Mode is the number that occurs most, and there could be no mode. So if there's no mode, that means each number occurs once in the list. We could have one mode, so there's one number that occurs more than all of the others. Or we could have 2 modes or 3 modes or 4 modes or whatever, depending on how many times. So if we have 2 numbers that occur 3 times, we're going to have 2 modes. So find the mode of this data set. Well, I'm going to look. There's only 1 5. There's 2 3s, 1 7, 1 4, and 1 9. So 3 occurs the most. So 3 is our mode. And our last vocab here is range. Range is the distance between the largest and smallest number. So our example is find the range here. Find the largest number, looks like 12. And subtract the smallest number is 3. 12 minus 3 is 9, so the range is 9.